Tom Smith's story not only conveys a message of kindness, but also spreads the wonderful way a single father teaches his child. Sometimes heroes don't wear capes, they wear old boots and use their dirty hands to help others. Let us know where you're watching from. Now, relax and enjoy this amazing story. It was a chilly autumn morning, and Tom Smith was already running behind schedule. Tom is taking his 8-year-old daughter Lily to school. Her frizzy brown hair was tied into pigtails, and her backpack was perched beside her. She munched on a slightly squashed peanut butter sandwich, a breakfast that Tom had managed to throw together in the whirlwind of their morning routine. Tom glanced in the rearview mirror, his heart swelling at the sight of her. "You ready for your big math test today, kiddo?" Lily nodded confidently. "Well, I can barely figure out the bills, so you're already ahead of me." Between part-time shifts at the diner and sporadic odd jobs, money was always tight. The radiator in their apartment needed fixing. Lily's sneakers had holes in them, and the car, well, it was one mishap away from giving up entirely. As they approached the main road, Tom noticed a black sedan pulled over on the shoulder. The car's hazard lights blinked steadily, and a woman stood nearby, pacing back and forth with her phone pressed to her ear. "Daddy, what's wrong with her car?" Lily asked, leaning forward to peer out the window. "Flat tire, looks like," Tom said, his voice tinged with hesitation. He checked the time. If he stopped to help, he'd be late for his shift at the diner. But leaving someone stranded didn't sit right with him. He pulled over. "Stay here for a bit, okay, Lily? I'll be right back." Lily nodded. "Hi there, do you need help?" "Oh yes, please. I've been trying to reach roadside assistance, but they're backed up for hours." "I'm not roadside assistance, but I know my way around a flat tire. Thank you so much. I was on my way to a meeting, and I don't even know where to start with this." Tom crouched beside the car to inspect the tire. "Yep, it's pretty deflated. Do you have a spare?" Ella gestured vaguely toward the trunk. "I think so, but I wouldn't even know how to get it out." He opened the trunk, revealing a neatly packed spare tire and tools that looked untouched. As he began sorting through them, Lily climbed out of their car, curiosity getting the better of her. "Lily, what are you doing out here?" Tom called, his tone more amused than scolding. "I want to help," she declared, trotting over to stand beside Ella. "Hi, I'm Lily. My dad's really good at fixing stuff." Ella sonrió hacia abajo hacia ella. "Hi, Lily. You've got a very kind dad." Lily giggled. Still, changing the tire proved to be trickier than Tom had anticipated. The lug nuts were stubbornly tight, and the jack didn't fit quite right under the car's frame. "Dad, do you need my super strength? This one's being a bit of a pain." Ella stepped closer, clearly feeling guilty for standing by idly. "Is there anything I can do to help? Hold this flashlight steady for me." Together, they worked in quiet coordination, the crisp air filled with the faint sounds of passing cars, and Lily's occasional commentary about birds she spotted nearby. "Almost there," he muttered, finally loosening the last lug nut. "I can't believe you're doing all this. You've saved my day." "Just doing what I'd hope someone would do for me if I were in your shoes." He didn't notice the way Ella's gaze lingered on him, thoughtful and almost admiring, as the spare tire finally clicked into place. Tom tightened the last bolt on the spare tire, giving it a firm shake to make sure it was secure. Ella let out a long breath. "You have no idea how much I appreciate this. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't stopped." "It's nothing. Just glad I could help." He glanced at Lily, who was now crouched by the roadside, poking at rocks she'd found. "You ready, kiddo? Let's get back on the road." Lily bounded up, clutching her new treasure. "I'm ready, but Daddy, can we keep the rock? It's so sparkly." "We'll talk about it," he said, ruffling her hair as she climbed back into their car. Ella stepped forward hesitantly. "I'd really like to give you something for your time. Let me at least cover lunch for you and your daughter." "That's kind of you, but I didn't stop for a reward, just paying it forward." Ella wasn't often that she met people who acted so selflessly, especially with no expectation of anything in return. Can I at least have your number? I'd feel better knowing I have a way to thank you properly someday." Tom hesitated for a moment before reaching into his pocket for a scrap of paper. He scribbled his number on it and handed it to her. "If you ever need help and I'm nearby, give me a call." Ella tucked the paper into her bag, her smile soft and genuine. "I will. And thank you again, Tom. Really." Tom nodded and gave a small wave before getting back into his car. As he started the engine, Lily looked over at him curiously. "Why didn't you let her pay us, Daddy? We could have gotten hot chocolate." Tom glanced in the rearview mirror, meeting her wide, curious eyes. "Because, Lily, sometimes people need kindness, not money. And it's nice to help someone just because you can." Lily tilted her head, thinking this over. "So you helped her just like superheroes help people?" "Something like that. But superheroes wear capes, and your dad wears old work boots." "Boots are cooler anyway," Lily declared, satisfied with her conclusion. The rest of the drive to Lily's school passed uneventfully. Meanwhile, Ella sat in her car for a moment before starting the engine. Her schedule was packed, her phone already buzzing, with notifications about the meeting she was late for. As she drove away, she resolved to keep Tom's number. She didn't know how or when, but she had a feeling she'd be needing it again. The weeks after Tom helped Ella passed in the usual blur of work, bills, and parenting. Life carried on as it always did for him. But one Tuesday evening, after he had tucked Lily into bed and was finally settling down with a lukewarm cup of coffee, his phone buzzed. The number wasn't one he recognized. Hesitating for only a moment, he answered. "Hello, this is Tom." "Hi, Tom, it's Ella, the woman you helped with her flat tire a few weeks ago." "Oh, hi, Ella. Everything okay? Did the spare hold up?" "Thanks to you. But that's not why I'm calling. I hope I'm not interrupting." "Not at all." "Well, I've been meaning to call. You gave me your number, and I wanted to make sure I didn't lose it, because I wanted to thank you properly. You went out of your way that day, and I didn't do enough to show my appreciation." "Ella, really, there's no need for that. I'm just glad I could help." "But there is a need. I'll admit I've been thinking about that morning a lot. You barely knew me, yet you stopped everything to help. Most people wouldn't have. I'm in a position where I can pay that kindness forward, but I'd like to do it by helping you. I appreciate the thought, but please hear me out. When we spoke that day, I couldn't help but notice how hard you work, especially for your daughter, and I think I have an opportunity that could make things a little easier for you." "An opportunity?" "Yes. Let me explain. I didn't mention this when we met, but I run a company. It's a long story, but the point is, I'm in a position to help others when I see the chance. And I see that chance with you. You're clearly hardworking and resourceful, and I think those qualities are rare. Ella, I appreciate that, but I'm not sure what I could offer someone like you. I'm just doing my best to get by." "That's exactly it. You're doing your best, and it shows. Look, I won't take up more of your time on the phone, but I'd like to meet with you. I have an idea I think you'll want to hear." "All right, I'll hear you out." "Great. Are you free this Saturday? I can come to you or meet somewhere nearby, whatever's easiest." After a brief back and forth, they settled on a small cafe in town. On Saturday, Tom arrived at the cafe 10 minutes early. Ella arrived shortly after, dressed in a simple yet elegant outfit that seemed. "Tom, thank you for meeting me." "Of course, I'll admit I'm curious about what you have in mind." Once they were seated, Ella got straight to the point. "I won't beat around the bush. I want to offer you a position at one of my companies. I don't think I'm qualified for anything like that." "Let me finish. You mentioned that you've done handyman work, right? You've clearly got mechanical skills, and I know you're reliable. One of my smaller businesses manages properties, rental units mostly. And we need someone who can handle maintenance and repairs. It's not glamorous, but it's steady work, and it comes with benefits." "Ella, I don't even know what to say. That's incredible. But are you sure about this?" She reached into her bag and pulled out an envelope, sliding it across the table. "This is also for you. Call it a signing bonus, or just a small thank you for what you did that day. Tom opened the envelope hesitantly. Inside was a check for $10,000. His breath caught in his throat. Ella, I can't take this. Yes, you can. Think of it as an investment in someone who deserves a break. You gave me your time and kindness without expecting anything in return. Let me do the same for you. Tom nodded slowly, his thoughts racing. It's not that I don't appreciate it. I do, more than I can say. But I'm not sure I'm qualified. I can tell you're the kind of person who shows up and does the work, no matter how hard it gets. That's all the qualification I need. Plus, I'll make sure you have training and support. For the first time in years, Tom felt a sense of pride in his work. His income was steady, the benefits eased his constant worry, and he was even starting to save a little. The $10,000 check had allowed him to catch up on bills, fix the radiator in their apartment, and buy Lily new sneakers and art supplies. They'd even splurged on a small trip to the zoo, something Lily still talked about every night at dinner. Tom smiled, his chest tightening with gratitude. Ella had changed his life. More than that, she'd given him a chance to believe in himself again. It had seemed like a small act of kindness at the time, but it had sparked something far greater. It was a reminder that even in the toughest times, a single act of kindness could ripple outward, transforming lives in ways no one could predict. Kindness is not always rewarded immediately, but when it comes from a sincere heart, it can create opportunities that change a life forever. Are you ready to help a stranger like Tom did? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. If this story touched your heart, give it a like and share it with others. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to hear more inspiring stories. Goodbye, and see you soon.